Hi everyone, you're watching OC Donut Steel. I'm Evan, this is Alana, and today we are reviewing Uncanny X-Men 22, the new one from July 2019. If you're going by the legacy numbering, it's 644. So before we even start with that, spoilers for all of it. If you haven't read that issue yet, look away. But if you have read it, stay tuned because we're going to talk about it. So, honey, I gave you a brief plot synopsis of this in the car earlier.
Kinda.
I'm going to go through it again to let you know what happened. You haven't actually read this issue.
Not yet. Where is it?
It's in the other room, unfortunately. But I drew right here. This is my version of one of the scenes in the book, originally drawn by Salvador Larroca.
Dang, pretty steamy.
Yeah, and this is the big spoiler from this issue, in case you didn't know. Well, do you recognize these characters?
Yeah, I do.
Who's back at it?
Well, it's Cyclops.
Yeah.
And that lady is the Lady Jean Grey.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It is Jean Grey. If you couldn't tell just from the line work, once I put in the colors and I had the red hair, I think it makes it a little more obvious. But, honey, you might not have been up to date with what the X-Men are doing lately, but actually for the past 15 years or so in the book, Scott Summers, Cyclops, has not been dating Jean Grey. She's mostly been dead.
Okay. Well, then that makes sense.
Yeah. There's like other versions of her from the past and the future in different dimensions that show up, but the quote-unquote real Jean Grey has been dead in comics since like 2004.
Okay.
I think. But again, sometimes they bring her back and she dies. It's complicated. But for that amount of time, Cyclops has been dating the White Queen, Emma Frost.
Okay, Emma Frost.
The White Queen of the Hellfire Club.
Okay.
Which we saw the last X-Men movie and they have the Hellfire Club in there, but no White Queen.
No.
But in the movie she was in First Class. Remember that one? She's January Jones, the actress who was on Mad Men. She plays this mutant, the White Queen, you can turn like into Diamond. It's okay. It's been almost 8 years.
Remember.
It's been 8 years since that movie came out. But if you only watch the movies or like watch the cartoons or stuff, you'd probably assume that Cyclops and Jean Grey are always together.
So would you keep January as the White Queen going forward if you were the casting director?
Heck, why not?
Oh, okay.
I'd say sure. I mean, it's not like there's not other options for the role. Like, I think a lot of actresses could take that on. Like being a femme fatale who can read minds. Sure. A lot of people could do that.
Okay.
But January Jones is a good fit. But, back to the question of, do you think of Cyclops and Phoenix as like a power couple?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
they're always going to be together?
Well, not that now that you've crushed my hopes for them, no. But yeah, they definitely are good.
Right, so in this issue, for whatever reason, Scott and Jean are kissing again, but it's kind of a weird moment because it's the end of this writer's run on the book. And it was Matthew Rosenberg who wrote these last 22 issues, and at the end of the story, Scott and Jean are kissing, but will this relationship be maintained when Jonathan Hickman, the next writer, starts writing X-Men next month? Like, what do you think? If you had to predict things going forward, who's going to date who in the X world?
Well, he's got a lot of splaining to do if he's going to try to get with the White Queen again. So I don't know. It's going to take a lot to convince Emma. But she can read his mind, right? So...
Well, but they both can. They're both telepaths.
Yeah, but I mean, to see if he's really...
Oh, to see if he's really... Oh, okay. To see if he really cares?
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that they should maybe just both leave him then if he's going to be like that.
And then, what, he dates Psylocke? Who can also read his mind?
I don't know.
The third one?
He'll probably find some garbage mutant.
Oh, ouch. Look, mutants are people too. This version of Jean Grey, again, we're talking about real, unreal, not real versions. We're not sure if this is the actual time and age-appropriate version of Jean Grey for Scott. At least I'm not, because there's been this story in the books over the last 6 or 7 years now where the teenage versions of the X-Men come forward from the 1960s or whatever, and they're in the present day. So there's two sets of X-Men. There's like adult Cyclops and teenage Cyclops. Adult Jean Grey, teenage Jean Grey. And this might be, they're not clear. She just kind of shows up and kisses him. And we thought she was dead. So it might be the teenage Jean Grey. It might be the adult Jean Grey. They're not very clear about that.
Okay, so we thought she was dead. He thought she was dead.
Right. Yeah, in this story, he thinks she's dead.
So how did they just start kissing? Like, how did she show up?
Oh, I left something else out. The White Queen, Emma Frost, has erased everyone's memories of mutants.
Oh, so that's pretty interesting. So is his mind erased? Does he not know who she is?
I don't know how much he knows. He knows who he is, and he knows that he's a mutant. And it seems like he knows who she is, just based on this illustration we've got here.
Well, I mean, if she just ran up and started kissing him, not necessarily. I mean, this is just a screenshot.
Yeah. We may never actually get solid resolution to that, again, because the writers are changing. But it was something, the image is what struck me here, and that's what I really wanted to focus the video on, is this image. Like, I saw it and I was like, I have to draw this.
Do writers do that as kind of like a screw you to the next guy? Like this big plot twist, and then they're just like, out of here, bye, good luck with that.
I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth. If I had to guess, I think part of it is he just wanted the moment. He wanted to have, they're a classic couple. They haven't been together technically for 15 plus years, but he wanted that moment of Scott and Jean kissing. So I think he maybe built the story in certain parts around that idea of, I'm just going to have this moment of them kissing. And it's a great image,
Yeah.
Again, I want to do my version and talk a bit about the art here. This is interesting because this is all today. Like, I just got this down pencil, ink, colored.
Wow.
Today.
That's impressive.
And it's nice of you to say. To me, the impressive bit is that, I actually took it almost to completion. I don't go all the way in this video, but I finished it up afterwards. And normally, I jump around a bit more. Like, I'll work on different illustrations. But because, I want to talk about this new comic today, I made this, I went to the top of my pile. It became a little more time-sensitive, deadline-sensitive. Like, I gave myself a deadline to finish working on this. And I'm not sure, I mentioned that all just to say, I don't know if the work suffers because of that. Like, if I kind of rush through this. Here's me fishing for compliments again. So let's go. What do you think? Does this seem super rushed?
No, I mean, you sped this up, so I mean, it's gonna look a little rushed.
There's that
but, I wouldn't say that the artwork looks rushed in any way. No.
Well, it's nice of you to say. In future X-Men movies, I would have to imagine they'll keep doing Scott and Jean.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen in other media outside of the comics like Scott and Emma. And I think I had to explain it to you, like you didn't know that context.
Well, I know who Emma Frost is, but I haven't ever heard of her being called the White Queen.
Well, did you ever know that? Did you ever know that she and Cyclops had dated?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, usually if Scott's dating somebody, it's Jean Grey in the movies. But that's that's it for this episode of OC Donut Steel. If you liked what you saw, there's plenty more videos in the archives, mostly art stuff. A few of them have commentary, but also check the playlist for that. We also encourage you to do one of the things with the channel.
Subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Share it. Tell people.
Leave a comment, and if you like the X-Men content, I'm happy to do more X-Men stuff in the future, or whatever characters you want. Give me some ideas. I'll draw it.
And show us your drawings too.
Yeah, that too. Feel free to leave a comment. If you got links to your own drawings, I'd be happy to check them out and give you positive feedback. All right, that's it. We'll see you next time.